Let me take you back to the year 1993.
And
Imagine growing up in 1993 and you own a Super Nintendo. It is your window to gaming, giving you access to beloved classics like Super Mario World, A Link to the Past, Final Fantasy, and of course, Claymates. But nestled in between these iconic games is one unlike any other, a game simply titled Star Fox. You look at it on the shelf of a video rental store and you think, that's a bizarre cover art. Who is this weird, realistic fox man? What is his deal? Why does he look like he should be trying to sell me cars? I'm scared, Mom, but also intrigued. Because this name rolls off the tongue. Not Trek, not Wars, but Fox. And with the character on the front as well as the spaceships off to the side, you kinda get what this game is about. It's a space adventure, starring a fox. So curiously, you get it. You go home, you play it, and you are absolutely blown away. You've seen space-themed shoot-'em-ups before, but they're always from a top-down or sideways perspective. On the rare occasion, you'll get one that attempts a more in-depth behind-the-character perspective, but even that pales in comparison to what you're seeing before you. Because you're seeing something that should be impossible. What are these 3D images? Are these polygons on a Super Nintendo? How is this possible? Is this magic? This is amazing! This is incredible! This is kind of a giant mess. I mean, yeah, those guys in the bottom who talk to you are cool, I guess. One of them is a frog, I think. But once the shock of seeing real 3D graphics on the Super Nintendo wears off, I mean, I guess these kind of look like spaceships, maybe. Star Fox is an incredibly in-depth and well-made tech demo to show off the Super Nintendo Super FX chip. A chip so much more powerful than the console itself that the staff joked that the SNES itself was a really expensive box that held the chip. And while the graphics are indeed impressive, the necessity for them to be flatly colored, vaguely polygonal shapes meant that what should have been a colorful and stylish world of anthro-animal people and epic space combat felt more like vague shapes shooting other vague shapes at each other. It worked for what it was, but it still very much felt like a proof of concept and not a fully realized vision. Thus, the game was praised for that, but not much else. If only the game could have come out on a console better suited to handling the polygonal graphics. It could have been really something special then. Smash cut to 4 years later.
Yes!
And Nintendo has released the Nintendo 64. A 3D polygonal console designed to run games at a 64-bit rate, hence the name. The console released with Mario 64, Wave Race 64, and Pilot Wings 64. Mario in particular paved the way for 3D platformers in a way that we still feel today. But it was another game that really showed people the potential of this newfangled console. That game was Star Fox 64. Taking the basic premise of the original Super Nintendo game, a bunch of anthropomorphic animal pilots going up against an evil scientist in their spaceships, and putting it on a console that was designed to showcase the graphics that the original game was attempting to poorly emulate. I want to guide you through what playing this game was like back in 1997, step by step. Let's go over it, shall we? First, by putting it into context. While games like Dragon Slayer and Day of the Tentacle had full voice acting and stellar presentation, they were only able to accomplish that through being arcade cabinets and CD-based computer games. And while these games are iconic and memorable, and certainly worthy of praise in their own right, they are still ultimately defined by their limitations. Dragon Slayer itself being an FMV game that basically plays a bunch of Don Bluth animation, and Day of the Tentacle being a point-and-click adventure title. In the console sphere, things were different, as the only game of note that came out with any level of cinematic presentation was Capcom's Resident Evil, a game whose voice acting is...
Well, what should I do now? If you go out to search for the other members, how about letting me come with you?
the stuff of legends, but not necessarily in a good way. It would be another year before Metal Gear Solid released and showed the world the real cinematic potential of video games. But in between those two games, Nintendo had their own answer, and that was Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 begins with a rather basic introduction that...
Message from General Pepper. Priority 1. We need your help, Star Fox.
Huh, is that voice acting? Wow, that's cool. But it's just the intro. It's not like every piece of dialogue in this game is going to be voice acted or anything.
Open the wing.
Oh. Oh, there's more dialogue? Oh my god. General Pepper of the Cornerian Army, not to be confused with the Sergeant, has informed you that a maniacal scientist named Andross has unleashed an army from his home base on the planet Venom. It further gives context by illustrating your character's backstory, explaining that our protagonist, Fox McCloud, lost his father James when he and his dad's friend Peppy were betrayed by their ally, Pigma Dengar. Rather than this information being hidden away inside a little booklet inside the game's case, as with most video games up until this point, this game gives the information in a Star Wars-esque title crawl, eventually leading us to our very first mission in Corneria itself. Immediately you are blown away as your 7 or 8-year-old self witnesses what appears to be a low-poly model of a city under attack by an army of killer robots, and even though the graphics are primitive, they are not abstract. You understand that this city is under attack. There is smoke, there is fire, there are buildings being destroyed, people are dying down there, innocent lives are being lost. You probably aren't thinking too much about that because, again, you're 7 or 8, but just the idea is really cool to you. Not the death or anything, but just, battle and war. It's like you're watching a movie for grown-ups. You, being a child, just start shooting at everything that moves, and then...
I'll take this one. Get the one behind me.
Huh? Oh, Falco needs my help? Well, let me just... damn it. Come on,
Oh man, I'm gonna have to back off.
You, being a child, watch as your friend has to go in for repairs. That sucks. You feel bad.
Do a barrel roll.
You hear this line and there's something about the way this voice actor says it. You can't quite understand why, but it just has this cadence to it. Like he's telling this to his dog or something. It's a line of dialogue that just instantly sticks in your mind. But it's probably just you who notices that. I mean, who else would play this game and obsess over that one particular phrase? You continue on through the game and encounter your first boss. It's here you're introduced to all ranged mode, and you struggle a bit because this enemy can only be hit from the back. Turning in this game is hard and you struggle to come out at the enemy from behind it. But he's otherwise pretty easy, so you do it.
My Emperor! I failed you!
We move along to the asteroid belt and, that's weird. What about those other levels up there? Why can I not go to them, Unable to do anything else, you simply go through the asteroid belt. You fly through the asteroids, shooting at them and flying through the various rings. If there's one thing this game has taught you, it's to fly through rings. So you keep going and, what's that? Your ship starts to spin, but you can't control yourself well yet. Gah! You miss one of those bizarre blue things, and you continue on to the boss. And it's here that you start to notice something.
I cannot allow you to go any further. You're more cunning than I thought. I've underestimated you. I'm no match for you.
Games up until this point have had the occasional voice acting, and while Resident Evil came out with mixed results...
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
Here the acting feels... right. No, it doesn't just feel right, it sounds good. The actors have a certain cartoony and over-the-top cadence to their performance, but they mix it in with some hammy gravitas and scene chewing. It really does feel like you're watching an over-the-top animated movie. It's meatier than something like Disney or Warner Brothers cartoons, too. The way Falco's voice goes...
This is horrible.
Actually kind of sells the devastation in a way that graphics just don't. And there's something cathartic about fighting some smug general piloting a big alien death machine, dealing the killing blow, and listening to him say,
I can't believe I lost to this scum!
It's like, what is this? Are you actually being drawn in by the drama unfolding? But this is just a dumb video game. Sure, there were RPGs that had dramatic and effective storytelling, but that came from in-depth writing and world building. Here you're listening to these characters banter with each other and you're compelled. You understand these characters just based off their mannerisms and their voice. You understand that Falco is a hothead with a chip on his shoulder, that Peppy is a wise mentor who's getting too old for this, that Slippy is just a rookie kid who's getting in over his head. And throughout the game, not only are you witnessing their personalities, you're tasked with helping them. They get attacked and caught up by enemy ships, and you have to come in and rescue them. Because you're their commander, the hero of the story. You're the hero! Falco recovers and you head out to Fortuna next. And this seems smaller than the other maps. It starts out in all range mode and you're just shooting down a bunch of basic ships around a base. Huh. This whole thing feels a bit odd. Like this is building to something, or...
Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Andros has ordered us to take you down.
Happy, long time no see. Andros' enemy is my enemy.
Holy shit, who are these guys? Oh, they're you! Or rather, they're an evil version of you! They're Starwolf, and they're bad guys! You quickly realize that each member of Starwolf is a dark reflection of someone from your own team. Wolf obviously is a reflection of Fox, being a more grizzled and hardened rival to the more clean-cut Fox. Leon is a mirror of Falco, whose hot-headed, cocky attitude is warped into an arrogant bravado. Pigma, like Peppy, is an old-school pilot whom he has a direct history with. And finally, we have Andrew, who, like Slippy, is young and inexperienced, but rather than working with his team based on his skills, is clearly there due to nepotism and a direct relation to Andros. These are your rival team. And there's a bomb at the base now, but you need to stop them. But you're just a kid, and you're bad at video games, and you can't really fight these guys super well. And no, the bomb! You can't stop it! You fail. The base blows up, and Starwolf gets away. You feel defeated. The last two missions ended in you stomping Andros' minions, and yet here, you completely and utterly failed. Except for defeating Pigma, who frankly deserves it, that swine! You move on to Sector X. Apparently, Andros has been working on some kind of secret weapon here. You fly in, and the dialogue is immediately intriguing. You were expecting to find a large station, but instead you find a mostly derelict ruin. Curiously, you fly in and see that the entire place is destroyed. Who or what caused this? You continue on, and then...
What the heck? Fox, look behind you!
So this is the secret weapon.
Destroy. Destroy.
You encounter the secret weapon, a robot with some kind of primitive artificial intelligence. Immediately, you begin to piece things together. This robot was created by Andros, but some part of its AI caused it to go berserk and destroy everything, showing that the professor's mad ambitions come at a cost even for himself. It asks,
Where is the creator?
in the same way a child may ask for its parents, or a human may question the existence of God. Thankfully, you manage to destroy its head easily enough, and...
Huh? What?
The view is clear.
Oh, it's still not down yet. You begin shooting and...
Let me handle this.
Slippy!
Oh, damn it! Slippy Toad has up until this point been a relative nuisance, being the youngest member of the group while also easily being the one to get in over his head. Falco required your help back in Corneria due to a technical issue. Slippy, meanwhile, finds himself in trouble due to simply taking on opponents he can't properly deal with. All this is compounded, however, by the fact that Slippy offers you an actual useful ability, as he's the only member of your group who can analyze the shields of bosses, meaning enemy health bars don't appear when he isn't available. Part of you wishes you could just abandon Slippy, but you also know that deep down that would be wrong. You are the commander, after all, and Slippy is your teammate. Thus, you head out to planet Titania. A planet so hostile to life that General Pepper even points out how going there is madness. But you must, in order to save the life of your little frog friend. It's here you're introduced to the Landmaster, a tank that lets you take on ground-based missions, and it is really cool. You find Slippy in the grasp of some kind of alien monster. You free Slippy and then blow up the monster's head, saving your teammate and feeling like things are finally getting back on track. You head out to the satellite base. You need to destroy the central pillar, which is currently being protected by a force field generator. You destroy it and...
Playtime is over, Star Fox.
Oh, god damn it, it's Starwolf again! You just fought these guys and you lost. But wait, hold on. The objective of the mission objective. You don't actually need to beat Starwolf here. You can just destroy the pillar. It's really hard though. You get damaged a bunch, but you do it. You freaking do it. You destroy the central pillar and open your way to Venom. You don't even need to fight Starwolf to do it. But that's odd. Pigma wasn't with them because he was shot down on Fortuna. The game remembered that? You finally move on to Venom. This is by far the most intimidating level yet. Venom is full of enemies that swarm you in far greater number than any other level you've played up until now. But you know what? You've seen some shit. You fought some weird bone dragon on a desert planet. You've killed an evil robot child. You plowed through the enemies, your team helping you all the way. And then you find an ancient, evil monkey temple with a giant stone golem who runs from you, but the golem is actually a robot underneath the stone armor, and this was years before Sonic Adventure 2 did it, and oh my god, this game is awesome! You beat it, and then...
I'll go it alone from here.
Why? Like, actually, why can't your team help you with this? I don't understand. Screw you, it's more dramatic this way, that's why! You fly into Andross's base, and it's here you finally confront the mad scientist himself, Dr. Andross, and he... Why is he a giant head? Dear God, what is this? The bosses you fought until now have all been over-the-top monsters and robots and flying death machines, but they all made sense in a sci-fi context. This, on the other hand, it's just a giant head with two hands. What is this? Is he some kind of monster? He literally starts to suck you in and chews you and spits you out. Oh no, how am I supposed to deal with this? Wait, what if I use a bomb? Ah, I got you, you sucker! You blow up Andross's hands and shoot his eyes a few more times, causing him to break down and become a skull, I think? Or is this... wait, what? You make quick work of the robotic body and fly out of the base. Andross has seemingly been defeated for good. You're rewarded with a Medal of Honor by General Pepper and proceed to run back to your ship. Only, something is wrong. That seems ominous. It's at this point you probably think, oh, okay, this is obviously a sequel hook, right? Andross is still out there and alive, right? And then you think, wait, what about all those other levels I saw? You know, the planets, that sun in the middle of the system, the various ships and galaxies. What about them? Why couldn't you go to any of them? You, being a child and with the abnormal amount of free time on your hand, decide to investigate. You sit down and you decide to play Star Fox 64 again. This time, you decide you're going to save Falco from those other planes at the start of Corneria. With some careful aiming and well-placed bombs, you successfully save Falco.
I guess I should be thankful.
You keep flying, and you head out to the boss once more. You then head out to Meteo, and you stop, and you wonder, wait, what about those blue things that I was flying through? Can I fly through those? What if I try to fly through all of... Oh my god, what is this? I'm in a special zone? What's going on? You fly out, and you go to another planet. A level you've never been to. And it's here you meet...
Fox, you made it!
What? There's another character? And he's friends with Fox? This is Bill. He's an ally in this fight, and... oh my god, is that an Independence Day reference? For those of you who don't know, Independence Day was a 1996 alien invasion disaster movie produced by Roland Emmerich. It is a prime slice of 90s nostalgia, where the idea of buildings being blown up in the middle of New York City was seen as cool and awesome, and totally not something that could actually happen in real life. The scene of the mothership coming down and blowing up the White House was iconic, and this game came out just a year after. I need to try and think of a possible modern-day allegory. Imagine if in Resident Evil 9, they had a giant skull tower surrounded by a series of bone towers wherein you fought a bunch of crazy rushing zombies in a clear homage to 28 years later. That's what this feels like! It's frankly insane that games could be made fast enough to put in such a timely reference. Wait, what was I doing? Oh. Aw, come on! Oh well, I guess we're going to Sector X again. Maybe I can stop Slippy from being knocked down by that evil robot. Yes! And then I go to a planet where I fight an evil train. I'm literally driving alongside this giant train as it throws down rocks at me and sends out drones, and I'm in a tank again, but I'm shooting it down and there's... Huh? There's switches. What do those do? Oh, damn it! You fight the boss. You shoot him down. And his death is...
No! Get away! Whoa!
actually kind of unfulfilling for how much of a presence he's been throughout the level. If only there was a more satisfying way to kill him. You then go to the satellite again. You fight Starwolf. Again. You blow up the satellite. You go down onto Venom. You fight the Golem boss. You fight Andross. You blow up his metal skull again. You get the same ending. And his face appears over the horizon. Again. Once more, you feel like you're missing something. So you decide to go back and play Star Fox 64 again. You save Falco. You go to Independence Day. I know it's Katina, but you don't gotta remind me. This time, you shoot down the mothership, like you're supposed to.
Yeehaw! You did it!
You then unlock access to... Oh, wow, the sun is a level in this game? Oh, I wonder how it... Oh, Jesus, oh God, fuck, what is this? Everything is on fire, oh God, I'm burning the fuck... How did I do all this? Why? Why keep taking damage? Is this a fucking lava-praying mantis? What sense does that make?
Andross has been insane!
Why did Andross do this? Why? You go to Sector X instead, and this time... Hey, there's these gates here. Apparently they open if you shoot them enough. And Bill's here too. He helps you open these gates by shooting at them. How interesting. I wonder what happens if you manage to get through all of them.
Take it easy, Fox. Don't let us down.
What? You go to Sector Z. Sector Z is a pretty boring level, all things considered. Just shoot down some missiles that are being fired at the Great Fox. But what's really important is how this starts to change everything, because now you know that levels have multiple paths and multiple clear conditions. Sector X alone has 3. One for letting Slippy get knocked down, one for being the robot before Slippy gets knocked down, and one for the secret exit. And that's not the only one. Beat Starwolf on Fortuna, and you can get to Solar. Not that I know why you would want to. Get through the rings in Meteo, and you go to Katina. Go to Macbeth, and if you manage to hit all the switches, you get the most satisfying cutscene in the entire game.
No! Get the blade! I can't stop it!
It's seriously incredible just how many options this game has in each level. The amount of possible paths you can take opens up exponentially. This doesn't even account for all the little details too. Save Falco on Corneria, and he'll blow up some meteors in your way, and say that you should be thankful, because see, you saved him, and now he helps you. Defeat Starwolf on Fortuna, and they don't even show up on Bulls. Defeat only 1 or 2, and only 1 or 2 will appear. Each of your teammates has their own specific dialogue. Bill will help you out in Solar or Sector X if you help him on Katina. There's just so much to this game, and wait, what was I doing? Damn it! Okay, go to Bulls, beat Starwolf, beat the Golem, fight Andross in his dumb robot body again, fine. Ugh. I was really thinking I was close to something there, you know, I just realized. Those rock outcroppings on Corneria. Everywhere in the game I'm taught one thing. Fly through rings and arches. You see a ring or an arch, fly through it. I wonder. Save Falco. Fly through the arches in the water.
Follow me, Fox!
What? What? Okay, I'll admit this doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, what? Falco is just so impressed by your flying, he notices that there's another boss in the level? Yeah, it's kind of dumb, but whatever, it's cool. There's another boss? An entirely different boss for the first level? Oh my god! You beat him, and...
Who are you guys?
We're Star Fox.
You'll never defeat Andross!
Yeah, I am Star Fox! We are Star Fox. This is it. This is the run that clinches it. You go to Sector Y, and in Sector Y you face off against Gundams? The clear rating for this level is easy. Beat 100 enemies. I don't know how I always failed that as a kid, but I did. And perhaps now's the time to really talk about the bosses and voice acting in this game. Let me be absolutely clear. Star Fox 64 has the most perfect voice acting in all of gaming. Now, is the voice acting good objectively speaking? Debatable. When I say the voice acting is perfect, I mean, if the voice acting was any better or worse than what it is, it wouldn't be nearly as memorable. Everything from Peppy's slight southern drawl, to Falco's snarky comments, to Leon's haughtiness, to Andrew's petulance, it's all just perfect. It defines these characters and their personalities, and the bosses are likewise deliciously vile, each one of them with iconic lines.
My Emperor! I failed you! I can't believe I lost to this scum! I've got a present for you!
Step on the gas.
I must be complete.
It is hammy. It is camp. The bosses chew the scenery like they're termites, and it's perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. There is a reason this game spawned 100 million memes, and the boss of this galaxy is no different.
Don't party just yet.
You face off against Chimp Aznable here and win the dogfight. Woo, 2 for 1! And you get to move on to Aquas. And it's... What? I'm in a submarine now? Holy crap, I'm going to the depths of the ocean? This is incredible! This is amazing! This is actually kind of a boring level, and the boss is just a big, giant, evil clam. How very yonic. Which is not how Swedish people pronounce Sonic. Look it up. Or don't. I'm not your mom. We move on to Zonus, a toxic hellscape that truly shows off the danger that Andross poses. The seas are riddled with pollution, and they...
We're closing in on them, Falco. Take the right lane, boy. I have the left.
What? A new character? And she's a girl? And she...
Is that any way to greet a girl?
She's a girl, alright. But she has a pass with Falco, so that's cool. And she helps you take out the spotlights, and the boss of this mission is a pirate? And you need to use bombs to beat him? Oh my god, this game is incredible!
Too late, I realize that me children are me only real treasures.
You go to Sector Z again. It's time to lock in. You're gonna stop those missiles. And, oh wow, Cat's gonna help us out? Thanks, Cat. Okay, bye, Cat. We finally go to Area 6, and this time, things are different. Every single mission up till now, excluding maybe Bulls, we were playing defensive. We were stopping Starwolf from doing something, or destroying an enemy bioweapon, or we were stopping an arms factory. Either way, we were reacting to Andross. But now, this time, it's different. We're taking the fight to Andross. We're blasting through his defenses. We're facing off against his most powerful satellite, which, what's it doing? Oh shit! Woo, that was close. Anyway, I guess we're going to Venom now, and... That's odd. We're right at Andross's base, and...
Don't get too cocky, Star Fox.
Let's see how you handle our new ships.
Starwolf again? But they're... what? What's going on? They're cyborgs now? Or they're injured? What's going on? I never fought them once in this version of the game. In this timeline. Wait, what if I got this all wrong? We see at the end of the last couple adventures that Andross' head appears over the horizon. What if he's still alive? In each of those runs, we didn't kill the real Andross. We simply destroyed a fake, a doppelganger, a robot made to impersonate him. And he kept coming back. What if each run in Star Fox was a different part of the Cornerian Venom War? Andross still revealing he hasn't been defeated, recovering his ground forces, and sending them out to attack again. This Star Wolf is the same Star Wolf that we fought on Fortuna and Bulls. But they're back now. They're back with upgrades, making them more powerful and devastating than ever before. Oh, there they go. And then you go it alone, as per normal. But something feels different this time. You can't quite put your finger on it. You face off against Andross. You shoot his hands and his eyes. And he blows up. Only this time, he's a giant brain?
What really killed the dinosaurs?
This is it. This is the final boss. This is the real Andross. A big, evil bit of gray matter. You destroy his eyeballs, leaving his brain exposed. You fly around, avoiding the incoming attacks carefully and... ah, damn it. But it's fine, you escape, and you hit the brain, and...
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
Up until this point, the backstory of Star Fox has been pretty incidental, all things considered. Fox has had some character moments. He has a voice and a personality, sure, but it's pretty bog standard. He is the hero, the leader of the team, the one who keeps the band together. He's the one who takes down the bosses. He is the commander of Star Fox, and his motivations against Andross have been pretty subdued. Sure, we know that Fox lost his father due to Pigma's betrayal, but it doesn't really feel like vengeance motivates him. We don't really know what impact James's death really had on the guy. But then something happens.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
Mother.
What? Your dad? He's leading you out? You follow him through the exploding base. He's guiding you to safety, all the while giving you words of encouragement.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.
That's what Peppy said. Those were his words. You escape, and your father is gone? Was that a ghost? A hallucination? Did he somehow survive? Why is he...
Fox, you're okay!
That's our leader.
What's wrong, Fox?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, you are fine, you think. You go and complete the ending, but this time, there is no Andross over the end. He's gone. He's really gone. Forever.
I've been looking forward to this day.
Okay, ignore that.
It's dead now.
But yeah, that's Star Fox 64. That is the power that this game has. That's why this game is so beloved to this day. This doesn't even get into getting each level's medals, score attacks, multiplayer. There's just so much here. And that's why fans of this game replay it again and again and again and again and again. Hoi! Okay, let me just summarize my thoughts on the other entries in this series. I didn't have time to replay them, so maybe my opinions might have changed with a more modern look, but yeah. Star Fox Adventures is an ultimately interesting, if somewhat mediocre Zelda-like, where you can feel its rushed development in its bones. The game is pad to hell and back, and has some truly frustrating sections in it that make it a bit of a chore to get through. But it introduced Crystal, so people like it for that reason, I guess. Star Fox Assault. This game has gotten some reappraisal nowadays, and maybe for good reason. It does in fact advance the story a bunch. Characters die in Star Fox Assault. Okay, one character dies. Actually, he sorta comes back later. Yeah, I don't know. Assault just disappointed me when I first played it. Hey, you know what I want to do when I play Star Fox? Mediocre third-person ground combat and shooting controls. We then got Command and Fish People. Thanks, B-Mask. Anyway, this game is just spiritually Ken Penders. I don't know how else to say it. The soul of this game is Ken Penders. Melodrama can be good, but it can also be real cringe, and this definitely crosses a line into cringe. Remember when Crystal turned evil, called herself Cursed? They gave Slippy a pink love interest, because, you know, that's what this franchise needed. I don't know. This game kind of ruined any momentum Star Fox might have had. Like, it's one thing to have a game with a bunch of alternate endings where you can at least say one of them is an easy off-ramp for more stories, but all the endings in Command kind of end the franchise. I mean, one of them doesn't, but it also has Slippy's girlfriend join the team. Another has Falco form a new Star Fox with Fox and Crystal's kid and Peppy's granddaughter. Because every single sequel series has to have the kids of all the friends grow up together and do what their parents did. You know, fun fact, you're actually locked into an ending the first time you play it. The one where Crystal joins Starwolf. Meaning this is the actual default ending. They actually confirmed in a Reddit AMA that none of the endings are canon, and any sequel to Star Fox Command would have started somewhere in the middle of the game's story. Just to tell you how utterly batshit it is. It kinda ruined any momentum the story might have had to go forward, and just sort of made the whole thing peter out into nothing. Fans didn't like it. I know for a fact I didn't like it, and yeah, the series kinda just went dormant after this. We then got a remake of 64 for the 3DS. It's pretty alright, got some new voice acting, but they matched the cadence of the original surprisingly well. And then Zero, which was sort of a reimagining. It's kind of to Star Fox 64 what Star Fox 64 was to the original Star Fox. Same basic premise, but different execution and levels. Things aren't exactly the same here, so it's not exactly a remake, but it also came out for the Wii U and used that console's gimmicks a lot. It really liked to have gyroscopic aiming. Naturally, it didn't do too good. Heck, it's probably the only major Wii U release title that never got ported to another console. That's kinda harsh, man. It's called Star Fox Zero because pretty soon, nobody will be able to play it. And now, we're back into remake territory. Yep, this game. I'll admit, I like the designs. They kinda remind me of the movie Rango. Everyone kinda looks a bit more like the animal they're based on. A bit more feral. Let me put it like this. If someone went, okay, hear me out, with normal Star Fox, like from Mario Galaxy movie or Smash or something, I'd be like, dude, that's not a hear me out, that's perfectly normal. But if someone went, hear me out with this Fox, I'd be more like, stay away from animal shelters, please. I know people are upset about Kat in this game too, because she's not like she was. You know, Kat before was girly, feminine. She kind of suffered from being the only girl in the game, you know? Being generous to her, I think she was meant to be like a Fujiko kind of character. You know, a femme fatale. But that didn't really work with her backstory. She flew with Falco in a ship she stole from an enemy pilot. She was a gang member. I don't really get that from the original Kat. But this one? Yeah, no, this Kat looks like the kind of girl who would actually fly with a gang and hijack an enemy ship. She's not so pretty about it. And I think that fits. Not just for this game's tone and art style, but for her character if they're gonna lean into that more. But the big thing people are really mad about is that it's another Star Fox 64 remake. And honestly, I get it. But I also get why they did it. Star Fox kinda needs Andross in order for it to work. He's sort of their best antagonist. The Aperoids and the Fu Manchu fish people, yeah, I don't know, they just don't work as well. I don't understand why they don't just bring him back, outside of that one time. Like, it's not hard, just say he has a million clone bodies. Nobody bats an eye when Ridley, despite everything, somehow comes back. I think what people really want is an iterative sequel. You know, Andross is back and there's a whole new galaxy to explore. New planets, new set pieces, new NPCs, new characters, just set it after Adventure so our obligatory girl can be here. But obviously, Nintendo wants to make a good new first impression with Star Fox, and they know that this is the best way to do it. And this game is already attracting more attention now than any other Star Fox game, by virtue of it being on a major console everyone owns and wants. So, yeah. It does give me some hope, I guess. Maybe we will get a continuation. A different, better version of Dinosaur Planet, where Crystal can get introduced in a way that isn't just rare, sloppy leftovers. But all of that is predicated on Nintendo doing the right thing, which, I mean, they might. They've done the right thing before. But If we have to wait another 10 years for another entry, and it's literally just this again, yeah, I might just give up on this series at that point. Who am I kidding? I still love this game. Everybody now!
Barrel roll, barrel roll, do a barrel, barrel roll, do a barrel, barrel roll, do a barrel roll, barrel roll, barrel roll, do a barrel, barrel roll, do a barrel, barrel roll, do a barrel roll.
How do I rank the levels in this game? Okay, worst to best. Solar, it sucks. The boss is just a big, dumb monster, and it's a fucking empty lava field. I'm sorry, but it just sucks. Sector Z, it also sucks. Your bosses are a bunch of missiles. It's cool to protect the Great Fox, but otherwise it's boring. Bulls, it's boring. Blow up the tower and you win. Starwolf being here is kinda cool, but if you beat them in any prior level, they don't show up. Aquas, being in a submarine is cool and having infinite torpedoes is neat, and the undersea environment is pretty, but the boss isn't interesting and you don't get much banter with your teammates. Titania, cool that you have to save Slippy, and I like being in a big red desert planet, but you only go here as a fail state and the boss is also just kind of a big dumb monster. Katina, the boss being an Independence Day reference is cool, but there's no personality here and all it does is introduce Bill. It's kind of boring and it's too easy to shoot down your own men. Zonus, worst good level. It's toxic and yucky, but I like the lore behind it and I like Cat and the boss is a pirate. That's fun. Area 6, fighting through Andross' forces and the crocodiles is fun. The boss having a giant fuck-off laser is cool, but it has no personality, so, whatever. Fortuna Ficina, whatever, introduces Starwolf. That's enough to put it here. Even the mission outside of that is kind of boring. Meteo, the 2 alternate exits are cool, and I like the boss. He's a real arrogant asshole. Sector Y, great fight against a bunch of Andross' forces and a cool Gundam reference. I like being called a cocky little freak. Corneria, great first level. 2 different bosses, really test your skill as a leader and a pilot, a lot going on here. Sector X, incredible level. Multiple completion points, great boss with a ton of eerie lore, I love it. Venom 1, cool fight to get to Andross, and I like the big monkey temple but underwhelming final fight. Venom 2, much better final fight and rematch against Starwolf. Me likey. And best one is Macbeth, entirely because of how satisfying it is to change the tracks. Why did he set it up this way? It's a train! Why'd you make it so you could instantly be defeated by an external switch that a random tank could turn? You're so stupid!
Stop it!